If you don't know it now, you will not remember them. And in the case of exams, we already have pressure of the exam, isn't it? We get tense.
Yeah.
And when we get tense, we tend to forget everything. So just imagine something that is not properly read only.
And ma'am, our science exam was the first exam.
Okay,
in the very first term and this term as well.
It doesn't matter. Even if it was the first, then it got the most time to prepare. If it was the first, then you got the most time to prepare for that exam, isn't it?
But like most of the time it's like the first exam is like very tense and the rest of them become a bit like you become habitual to that. So yeah.
That does happen. But the only thing that I can suggest you, there is no way out without Ratta Marna. Okay?
Yeah.
You both understand what is Ratta Marna?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to do that only. Okay, in case of biology, no, I'm not saying that you don't understand the topic. You understand it, but then after understanding it, you have to learn it only. Then you will be able to write. And whenever the teacher gives you a question in exam, he or she will be expecting a proper definition only. Nobody will accept your form of the answer or your way of answering. They will get the definition. And since you are in a lower class, right? You're in class 9th, which is lower. So in class 9th, what happens? You are, expected to learn the answer that way. Since you people are not that grown up that you can write biology in your way, isn't it? You can do it, but you will do it once you reach class 11th or 12th, once you get even more mature. But right now, you are like kids. Okay, so kids are supposed to learn everything. Okay, so even if you think that, okay, I can write it on your own, don't do that. Don't take chances. Now you will not get this exam again. The exam that went, you will not get to retake it, isn't it? So you have only one chances at exams. So prepare well for your exams. Okay. Now coming back to the topic. Now, did I teach you the phloem, or was it left? Look at your notes.
Some of them.
I told you about the basic headings, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
The whole thing I haven't explained yet, right?
No, yeah.
Okay. So today I will tell you about what is phloem. So first of all, do you remember from your previous class that xylem and phloem together are known as what?
Protective tissues.
No.
Permanent tissues. Like
yes, they are permanent
complex
tissues.
and the complex tissues.
Yes, they are complex, but I'm talking in terms of their function.
Conducting tissues.
Conducting tissues. They are conducting tissues. Okay, why conducting? Because both of them are transferring some substance from one place to another.
Ma'am, like where exactly is the xylem and the phloem found?
Xylem and phloem is basically in, like, for example, if we are talking about the xylem, so the xylem is basically responsible for the transportation of water and minerals. It takes it from the root. It means that it is present in the roots and it goes to the different parts. So it is sort of like spread all over, and it originates from the roots and goes to the other parts of the plant.
Okay.
Whereas the phloem, it takes the food. Now, where is the food prepared? Where is the food prepared in plants? Tell me.
In the leaf.
Leaf. Can you tell me why, Rima? Why is leaf? Why did she say leaf?
Because leaves is the one who gave energy to whole tree.
How? With the process of what?
Photosynthesis.
Correct. Very correct. Very good. So the phloem would transport the food from the leaves to the different parts of the body. Okay. And since both of them are transferring something, so they are conducting tissues. Okay. And yes, they are complex permanent tissues. That was also right. But I was talking in terms of function. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the phloem would consist of 5 types of cells. Okay, those 5 cells are sieve cells, sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and then there is phloem fibers.
Fibers.
Okay, these are the 5 components. Now,
Yeah.
if you're like if there is comes a question wherein they ask you to write about the components of the phloem, you can change the sequence. Like for example, if you're trying to recall and you remembered phloem parenchyma first, it's fine. You can write phloem parenchyma first. It's all right.
Okay.
But you should know what are the 5 components. You can't write any other thing. Like phloem parenchyma has to be there. Companion cells has to be there, and it cannot change. Understood?
Yeah.
So all those components, obviously, how can you change a component of a cell? Right? You can't write it in your own words again. This is what I'm trying to tell you, that you can't write biology in your own words. Okay? Now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, very good. Now, it is very nice that you people are listening to me so nicely and you're like eager to learn how to learn the right way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I assure you, if you do it, you will be getting good marks. You will be excelling only. Understood? Now,
yes, ma'am.
Let us talk about the sieve cells and the sieve tubes. So both of these structures, the sieve cells and the sieve tubes, they are tubular structures. Tubular structure means tube-like structures. Okay? And these tube-like structures, they have perforations in their walls. What is perforation? Imagine, have you ever used a punching machine? A paper punching machine?
Oh, yeah. So they have
So
a
if
few
you take
holes
a
in them.
paper, no, not a few. If you take a paper and you punch the whole paper, how will it look? It will have many holes.
Oh, yeah,
That is how.
That's why it's called sieve.
Yes, sieve channi, you understand? The
Yes,
T
ma'am.
is trained from that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So sieve, the name is coming from those perforations. Perforations are holes. Okay, so they are tube-like structures. They have perforations in their wall. It means that they have holes in their walls. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Now, what is the function of the sieve cells and the sieve tubes? So basically, they conduct the organic substances. And see, the food that the plant makes, it is known as organic substance. Okay? So if you say organic substance, then it means food. If you say food, then it means organic substance. The meaning is same, that is synonymous to each other. Okay? So what is the function of sieve cells and sieve tubes? Is to conduct organic substances. Now from where?
Ma'am, after you are done with the explanation, can you just show us the diagram and show where these are?
I will.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what is like the conduction of organic substances is done by the sieve cells and the sieve tubes. So it is done from where to where?
Ma'am, from the leaf to all over the plant.
Yes, to all different parts of the plant. Okay?
Yeah.
And both of these, meaning the sieve cells along with the sieve tubes, they are living structures. What is the meaning of living
and
structure?
The phloem parenchyma. The cells, like they have the protoplasm.
Correct. They have the presence of protoplasm, and this is why they are known as living. Now, let us talk about the companion cells. Do you know the meaning of companion in general? In English, what does companion means?
Like someone, companion is like a person who can give you a company or maybe stay with you.
A partner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Partner is a companion.
Yeah.
So companion cells are those partner cells only, and they support the sieve tubes. So they are the companions of the sieve tubes. Okay. So they support the sieve tubes to transfer the food. Understood?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, talking about the phloem parenchyma. So parenchyma in general, it performs the function of storage of food. Okay, parenchyma in general would perform the storage of food. That is its prime function. Now, phloem parenchyma would store the food in phloem. Okay.
Like how, ma'am? Like how can we store?
See, parenchyma is that type of tissue that has, storage areas present. Okay. And in that area, the food is stored. Okay. So parenchyma is responsible for the storage of food. Understood?
Like which part of the tree?
Don't take it as a part of the tree. We are in the tissue. We are very like inside. Like imagine bark of the tree. Then we get inside. It is the innermost part. Okay. We cannot see it. You can't see it. Okay. It is microscopic. Now, the last component is phloem fibers. And see, wherever you see the word fiber or wherever you see the word dead, it means that that thing has lost its protoplasm.
Ability to divide.
Yes, it does not divide anymore and it has been specified to perform a function of support. Okay, so all the dead cells are dead because they have to perform supportive functions. Understood? So that is the function of phloem fibers. And there is one thing to know, that here only the phloem fibers are dead, rest all are living cells. In the case of phloem, all of them are living, but only the phloem fibers are dead. Okay, now you can note it down just like how I have written in the form of this chart. Okay, because it is easier to remember if you have all the things.
Yes, ma'am. I wrote it down.
Okay. Rima, have you also like written it down?
Ma'am, some of that I have to complete it a little bit more.
Okay, you note it down and then I'll move forward.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, I'm done.
Rima, are you done noting it down?
Yes, ma'am, I have done.
Okay, very good. Now let me show you a diagram of this phloem. See, whenever you read, okay, this is not your chapter. Yes. Whenever you're reading the book, pay attention to the diagrams also, because they always ask you about the labeling. Now, this was there in your question, wasn't it, Prashita? This diagram came in your question, isn't it?
Yeah, I did.
So that was the diagram of a phloem. Now see, this section is seen under a microscope. Okay, you cannot see it with a normal, like normally if you look at a plant, you cannot see these structures. These are seen with the help of microscope. Now see, do you see that this part had, like, all these holes present? That there is gap present in between the boxes? Are you able to see that?
Yeah.
See, this is a gap here, this is a gap here, gap
Yeah,
here.
they are the sieve. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is where this is the sieve plate. Okay. And then that again, those gaps or those sporulated structures are there in the sieve tubes also. But why a sieve tube is separately called a sieve tube? Because it is a tubular structure, isn't it? It's a tube-like structure. This one.
Yeah.
Yes,
Can you see?
ma'am.
Two tubes are there. So that is why it is known as sieve tubes. Now, this part, which is on the outermost side, will be known as the phloem parenchyma. And what would be the function of phloem parenchyma? What is the function of phloem parenchyma? Tell me.
Storage of food.
Storage
of food.
Yes. And then there is this companion cell. It is, just beside the sieve tube, and it would help the sieve tubes to transport the food. Is it clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, very good. Now with this, after completing the phloem, your complex permanent tissue is over. Okay. Now in general, plant tissues are over, and now we will move on to animal tissue.
Ma'am, in the diagram, how is the companion cell supporting the
You see,
sieve
in the
tubes?
diagram, you can't see a function. You'll just see
Yeah.
a structure in a diagram. Okay.
Okay.
Function we have read by the language, which is there about
Mhm.
companion cell. But
Okay.
we are just seeing that the companion cell are just beside the sieve. We can see the position, but we can't see a function in the diagram, isn't it?
Okay.
Yes. So the diagram is basically given there to label different parts. Okay, and to see what part is present where, but you can't see a function in a diagram. You can read about the function. Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, as there is tissues in plants and animals, what about the humans? Like, is in humans also there? Like,
See, as humans, we are,
We are
involved in
totally
animal.
made out of like we don't have any permanent tissues. Like
We
all
do.
of the cells are living in the human
Yeah,
body.
most of them are. Yes, definitely. Yes. But see, what happens?
And
As humans, we are involved in animals only. Okay.
yeah.
So plant and animals are two different.
Yeah.
So including like a dog, then there is, different kind of microorganisms along with humans. We are all animals. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Like
basically
humans require a lot of movement, so that's why all of the tissues are living.
yes, that is right. I told you this in the beginning of the class.
Yes,
Isn't
ma'am.
it? Very good. Now, see, you remember everything, and you basically answer every single thing that I ask you. Then what happens to you during the exam? You are attentive in the class. Both of you are attentive in the class.
Yeah.
And you
because
answer
of
well.
what stress, and she's thinking like, oh my god, what should I write? I don't know anything because of just because of
Is
she's
that the
not able to
case?
answer.
Yeah, ma'am, might be.
Nervousness.
Maybe even I'm the
Yeah.
same.
Okay. See, when will, like, see, there will be no time that you'll not be nervous. Okay.
Yeah.
Nervousness is normal human thing, right? It will be there even if you are, you remember every word of NCRT, even the page number. But then also you'll be nervous during the exam. So the only way is to cope your mind to forget the nervousness and be like, okay, I have to write every single thing that I know. Isn't it? Yes. So don't let nervousness take over you. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Like
now,
I feel like I don't know anything. What can I do? And just write whatever I know.
what?
Like in my exam or something like that, I'll just like whatever is gonna happen, I will gonna write whatever I know.
Yeah. Don't think about what will happen. I will get less marks. Oh no. Just give your best. Okay. And to
Yeah.
give your best, you have to prepare in the best way possible. Isn't it?
Yes.
Prepare it that way. And sometimes, and don't ever. Now, this is another thing. Don't ever get overconfident. Okay. Even if you remember every
Yeah.
single thing, don't get overconfident because that is very bad.
Hmm.
You should be confident enough, but never over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Now let us talk about the animal tissues. Now see, tissues are like made up of different kinds of cells, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in the case of animals, let's say, for example, the breathing movement that we do. We take in
Hmm.
oxygen, we give out carbon dioxide. Now, when you do that, you might have noticed that your chest goes out as you take breathe in, your chest goes out, and when you breathe out, your chest like moves back in. Have you noticed
Yeah.
this? Yes.
Yeah.
So all
Yeah.
of these, like the
The
body
lungs
part,
expand and
yeah,
contract.
the lungs also expand. Also, muscles also play a role. And like,
Yeah.
just imagine you're holding something very heavy. Then your muscles
Hmm.
start to get like hard, isn't it? If you're holding
Yeah.
something heavy, your muscles will get hard. So
Yeah.
every way, sometimes there is a contraction of our cells in our
Hmm.
body, and then the other times there is the relaxation. Understood?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question?
Hmm.
Like, what's the use of learning plants tissues, animal tissues? What we are going to do with that?
You're going to learn more about every single organism. See, with
Yeah, it
learning
helps us to
biology,
know ourselves better
yeah, now
and
you
the
know that
surroundings
which
better.
cell is present in your body and which cell is present in a plant's body, which is not there in your body. You should know the difference. It is basically like
Yeah.
science is a scientific study. It is what it is. It is a fact that you must know. That is why you are, you know, you study this because of that. Okay.
Hmm.
And also you study it because it is in your syllabus. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, during the process of breathing, we inhale oxygen. Everybody knows that. This
Yeah.
oxygen comes from where?
From
The
plants.
air,
Okay, it is, but in the air, where is it coming from?
From
most of the
plants.
times from the
Yes,
plant or the
plants.
oxygen
It
cycle.
is there from because of the plants only. Okay, oxygen cycle will happen when oxygen will be there. Oxygen
Yeah.
cycle has no role with the presence of oxygen in the, like, how is it coming? So
Yeah.
it is coming from the plants. That is why plants are known as the producers. And since
Yeah.
Yeah.
plants give us oxygen, and that oxygen we breathe in. Understand? Now,
Yeah.
Mm.
as
Ma'am,
soon
there's a
as,
saying that plants like release oxygen during the day and absorb it during the night. So
yeah,
is it true?
yes, it is true.
And like why?
See, the reason
Yeah, that's
why,
my question too. Why?
yeah, the reason behind this is that during the daytime, when the sunlight is present, the plant has to do the process of photosynthesis. And the process of photosynthesis will not take place if the plant inhale oxygen. For
Hmm.
photosynthesis, you require carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll, and sunlight. Right?
Hmm.
There is no way saying that it requires oxygen, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is the reason why during the daytime, the plant uses carbon dioxide because it requires carbon dioxide for photosynthesis and not oxygen. But as
Hmm.
the sunlight goes away, without sunlight, no photosynthesis can take place, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the dark, during the night, the plant does not require carbon dioxide, it uses oxygen because it does
Okay.
not do the process of photosynthesis at night.
Hmm.
That is
Okay.
okay. So now, as soon as you inhale the oxygen, it is carried into your lungs, isn't it? And then from your lungs,
Mm.
it is transported to the different body cells through the blood. Okay, as soon as the oxygen reaches the lungs, it gets, mixed with the blood. And since blood
Yeah.
is flowing all through our body, isn't it? Everywhere blood is
Hmm.
present inside our body. So with that, blood transports oxygen to the different cells in our body.
Hmm.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Now,
clear.
see what happens. Every cell in our body requires oxygen. Okay, they require oxygen to produce energy, and basically to produce energy only. Oxygen gives them the, you can say, oxidation. When it happens, then energy is produced. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you know what is the function of mitochondria, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Now I just it was in my mind, but I just
Think.
forgot
You'll
in a
remember.
minute.
Rima, you also tell me what is the function of mitochondria. It is from the previous chapter.
Yeah, the powerhouse of the cell. It is
Yes.
to
What
produce
does it
ATP,
do?
which is the energy currency in the whole body.
Yeah. So, see.
This is what happens. I just forget I have it in my mind, and then I just forget it for a second.
Yeah. So see, the only reason why it happens. Yes, it is a membrane. Yes, it is a membrane-bound cell organelle. And you see, the reason why you tend to forget it is because of lack of revision, isn't it? Now, if for just take for let's take for example, if I'm teaching this topic to you, and before me teaching this topic to you, you might have revised it on your own, the cell chapter, then you would quickly answer.
Yes.
This is what it is. Revision. That is why I'm stressing so much on this, is that revision is very important, because human minds are like that only. Even if you study continuously for 1 month and then you leave studying for 1 month, you will forget everything.
Consistency.
Yes, consistency and revision is extremely important, because our human minds are wired that way, that we tend to forget what we study. Okay, because it is something that we are doing, right? And to remember that thing forever, we have to make it a habit. That is why I'm saying, whenever you have a holiday, you can say, you revise everything, and if you have doubts, you note down your doubts, and whenever the next class will be, you can ask me your doubts. Okay.
Sure.
And you can
I'm
share.
not able to understand, if I had a song or any surahs from Quran, I'm not able to forget it. Why I just study it? I'm not able to understand classes. I learn my question answers and I will forget after 2 years or in that month. But in the songs or
The
surahs, I
reason
never
here
gonna.
you can do is, you have to repeatedly learn it. Okay, it's not that once you learn it forever it will be in your mind. It won't. Okay, so you have to keep on learning it and learning it. And see, I am giving you a privilege here, that if any question comes to your mind, okay, whether it is related to how to study, whether it is related to the topic also, you can ask me. Okay, feel free to ask me, because when you'll ask your doubts, then your concepts will be even clear, isn't it? If you have any, even a tiny stupid doubt is also there, I won't mind explaining you whether it is stupid or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and be very true to your studies, because this will take you places. It will, make you the most successful person in the world. Okay. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
so see, we saw that blood was carrying oxygen to all the cells in our body. Now, we know what is the function of mitochondria now. Mitochondria is a double membrane structure, and it synthesizes ATP, and that ATP is the energy currency of our body. Okay. Energy currency of the cell, not the body, of the cell. Okay. Now, blood
Has ATP now?
you don't remember?
Adenosine triphosphate.
ATP is
Oh,
adenosine triphosphate. Okay. Yes. Now see, when you people would come next time in my class, okay, so you must revise what I have already taught to you, for that class, not different chapter, for that chapter. Okay, because I have this habit of asking questions at every word, isn't it? And I love it when you people answer it correctly, not wrong answers, correct answers. Okay. So yeah, and see, okay, let's keep one rule here. The rule is that if I'm asking you any question, for example, I asked you about mitochondria, so you cannot make up the answer. You'd have to tell me the right definition. Okay, in that way you will remember correctly. Understood? So one homework that I'm giving you right now is that in my next class, you will come prepared with the topic that I have already taught. So maybe if there is a connection in the next topic, I'll ask you and you'll be able to answer me. And isn't it like that when you people give the correct answer, you feel so happy from inside, like, okay, I said the
Yeah.
right answer, right? So see, it
Like I'm
will
not able
you
to.
study. Okay. And
Hmm.
sometimes you think that it is the right answer, you say it and it becomes right.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you
Most of the
always will
time it
remember that.
happens with me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you will not be able to forget that. You'll think of that time, okay, ma'am asked this, I didn't know it that time. But then my
Yeah.
answer was right. Now I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the blood carries various substances from different parts of the body, like from one part to another, isn't it? Now, it carries oxygen and food to all the cells. We are talking about the blood, right? Okay. Now, apart from carrying oxygen and food to the different cells, the blood collects the waste from all the parts of the body and it carries them to the liver and kidney for disposal. Okay. So first thing that the blood does is that it transports oxygen and food to all the cells. And then when the cells have used that oxygen and given out carbon dioxide, okay, carbon dioxide is a waste. So that carbon
Yes.
dioxide, it takes the waste and carries it to the liver and the kidney also. Understood?
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I would like to ask you a question. Like from childhood, this question stuck in my mind. Like when we breathe out, we produce carbon dioxide. While taking breath, the same breath we are taking it in, right? Like how it's like I'm not able to get it.
I didn't get your question only. What are you trying to say? I'm not able to hear you. So I can't, like,
Yeah.
you're saying from childhood, what, like, keep your mic away from your face, like mouth, and then speak.
Like when we breathe out, we
Yeah.
produce carbon dioxide, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Then while taking breath in, how it comes to oxygen? We should like the same breath we're taking in, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Ma'am, actually, I think that here we take the normal air inside, but we only use the oxygen and then breathe out the
Yes.
other
See, in the air,
gases.
there is oxygen also, there is carbon dioxide also, there is nitrogen also in the air. Okay, so you just breathe in the air in general. Okay, whatever air is there in your surrounding. If your surrounding has more carbon dioxide in the air, then you will take in carbon dioxide also. But your
Yeah, and
body
then
will
the
only
level of
utilize the
oxygen
oxygen.
being, yeah,
Okay, your body will utilize only the oxygen. The carbon dioxide will be expelled out. It will not be used in the
yeah.
body. Okay, so Rima, the answer to your
Like
question,
most of the times, the body takes in the amount of gases which are needed and then expels the rest of it.
yes, our body will only use the thing that our body needs. Okay, carbon
Yeah.
dioxide is needed nowhere in our body, so it will not
Hmm.
be used. Rather, it will be getting inside the body, but then it will be
Yeah.
expelled out, unused.
Yes.
Okay, is it
Ma'am,
clear,
I
Rima?
wanted to ask that how does the liver and the kidney purify the blood?
See, kidney is like the urine formation. Okay, the
Yeah.
urine that is expelled out of our body, it is filtered blood. You can say that the
Hmm.
blood,
Hmm.
since it carries all the waste particles also,
Yeah.
so it goes into the kidney for its filtration. And
Okay.
with that being filtered, the end product will be urine. Okay, and that urine is expelled out.
Hmm.
Okay, same
Okay.
things happen in the liver also. Liver is
Hmm.
responsible for detoxification, meaning removal of
Okay.
toxins from the blood. Okay, that is how
Hmm.
it removes the waste. Like urine, that is the end product, that is waste of the blood.
Okay.
Okay, so in the kidney, blood goes, the kidney purifies the blood starts circulating again, and the
Hmm.
the waste part that is collected, it is in the form of urine.
Okay.
Understood?
And ma'am, what if the liver is like a bit damaged, or if the liver has like
Yes,
if the
if
liver is
yeah,
fatty, so like how does it affect the body if the liver, like if a
of
person
course
has a
it will
fatty
affect,
liver?
since if a liver is performing the function of detoxification, meaning removal of toxins. So when the liver is not functioning properly, it means that the toxins will be there in the body. Isn't it? Toxins are not
Okay.
being removed. It is there in the body.